Are you curious about what movies you should be watching this Halloween season? Maybe you just need some random online person's opinions? Well, subscribe, hit the like button, and with that, let's get into the video. I picked 3 movies from completely different genres to kind of give you a large genre running sprawl. I'm not going to say that these movies are movies that you may not have thought about, but I will say that they are definers of these 3 genres. But they're not completely unknown. So let's get into our first film and therefore our first genre. The first genre is found footage. There are a few good options for films in this genre which are pinnacles of this genre, but I will say if you can't really dive into a film very well and get truly invested, almost no film in this genre will work for you. If you're one of those people who are consistently trying to understand why a movie doesn't work or how plot beats that doesn't work, none of these movies will work for you. These films are for people who can highly suspend their disbelief. But if that's not you, there are other genres out there for you. The movie that I have for you today is one of my favorite films in this genre, specifically the first movie in this franchise, and that would be Hell House LLC. I think Hell House LLC is a masterclass of how to make a movie scary without having to do too much in that film. Less is more. If you've never seen this movie, don't know anything about it, here's kind of the rundown for the film. Basically, this group of people do this thing where they buy or rent old abandoned properties and turn them into haunted attractions. This haunted attraction is trying to be set up in an actually haunted hotel, and that's where things go really, really bad. There's some ghosts, scary clowns, and a bunch of other horrific moments in the film. The general setup for why things are being recorded is that the people who are setting up the haunted house are trying to make documentaries about them setting up the haunted houses in those properties. However, in this case, things go really bad, really fast. I like this movie a lot, and having seen I've seen a lot of found footage films, this movie still terrified me. There are, however, a few other movies I would recommend in this genre. VHS, The Blair Witch Project, the Paranormal Activity franchise really, and Creep and the Poughkeepsie Tapes. Okay, so the next genre is the slasher. Trying to pick a slasher that is kind of niche is hard, even though I do know a lot of them, so I didn't. I went with the absolute classic that always gets me in the spirit of this season, Halloween. But what I did differently is not a specific movie in this franchise. Pick any movie in this franchise. Skip Halloween 3 only because it's not really a slasher in your stereotypical way, because trust me, I really do like Halloween 3 a lot, and that's almost its own perfect film to watch, and I'm going to recommend that to you, but it's not really a slasher film. But almost any of these movies is perfect for this genre and this time because so much of it is set around the fall season, which makes it one of the most iconic slashers of all time. The entirety of this franchise just breathes Halloween. And so because of that reason alone, if you've never seen any of the Halloween franchise, watch the original Halloween. If you have seen the franchise, pick a random film in the franchise and watch that one. If you don't know which franchise Halloween is, it's the one with Michael Myers, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, and Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis. So there is a bunch of special mentions for this genre specifically. Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Nightmare on Elm Street, there's Scream, there's My Bloody Valentine, there's Pieces, there's a bunch of films in this genre that work. The next genre we have is paranormal. There are 2 contenders in my mind for this genre. First is Poltergeist. Poltergeist is a story of a family whose youngest child is pulled into a TV. I won't tell you anything else, but I highly recommend this film. The other movie I would recommend, the classic for a reason, The Exorcist. One of the most terrifying movies ever made at the time of its creation. I think there isn't a world where the movie is not scary, at least in terms of religious trauma and scary imagery. I think what makes this movie so scary is it's part drama, part thriller, and part straight up scare you. I think part of what makes this movie so scary is it's part drama, part thriller, part action. It isn't just a pure horror movie. Some other movies I would recommend in this genre are Sinister, Paranormal Activity, Grave Encounters, and the Amityville Horror. So those are the films in those genres I have for you today. If you'd like to see more of this, please let me know in the comments down below. I have a bunch of other recommendations I can give to you for any kind of genres you'd like. But if you enjoyed and want to keep up to date with me and everything that I do, it's at Meterbite Company on Instagram and at Meterbite Co on TikTok. Patreon is for all things commentaries. You can either buy one commentary track or you can subscribe to all the commentary tracks. It's like $2 more. Like, subscribe. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. It means everything to me. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Peace.